It's vegan recipes with Pat and Emily.
Hello there! Tonight I'm going to be making some Hasselback tomatoes. Have you ever heard of Hasselback vegetables? It's when you take a vegetable and you slice it. I'll just demonstrate right now. I'm going to first take off the end of this tomato, throw it in my sink for right now. And what you're doing, the Hasselback technique. For the Hasselback technique, I'm using 2 chopsticks to hold my tomato in place, and I want to slice almost all the way through. These chopsticks are going to help me not go too far. We will get the tomatoes ready, and then we're going to make the filling for these. If you're an expert at cutting, you might not need this little guide here. And my friend had grown these plum tomatoes, and that's the type of tomato that you're going to want to use. A shout out to Cammie who grew these. Look how nice. They're firm, but they're juicy. This one I had bought at the store, but really fresh grown are so much better. So again, thanks Cammie for sharing those at work. I'm just about finished cutting the tomatoes. I wanted to mention you need to have a serrated edge knife to really cut the tomatoes well. A straight knife is probably just, well, I'll just demonstrate it. In most cases it doesn't cut into the skin the way you need it to. So I have 2 more that I'm going to do, and if I end up with extra filling, I'll cut a few more tomatoes. I'm going to show you how I prepare the filling for the Hasselback tomatoes. I'm going to start with crackers, and even though they say buttery rounds, if you read the ingredients, there's absolutely no milk, no eggs. So just check the brand that you're buying. If you didn't want to use this style cracker, you could probably use breadcrumbs. I put about 30 of those crackers in my food processor. I'm putting in some nutritional yeast, chopped basil. If you were using fresh basil, you would want to press it down till you get about 1/2 cup. Some rice vinegar. Scrape it down. This is what the filling looks like. So you take just a little bit. I like to start in the middle of my tomatoes and put a little bit of that filling in there and work my way from the center out. Now, something that I didn't put in the filling that I was planning on was some garlic salt, so I'm just going to sprinkle it on top. I'll sprinkle it, kind of open these tomatoes up and put it in there. Now, I'm experimenting, you know I do that with you all. I'm going to try filling some of these with this filling plus a little bit of cheese. Oh, these little tomatoes are so cute. So as you can see, I'm just putting a tiny bit, little bit less in here. So here's the cheese. Then I'm going to try a little slice of vegan cheese. I'm actually going to make little triangles. What do you think? I hope it works out. These bake at a high temperature. A lot of people would broil them. I get a little concerned when I'm broiling that I might burn them. So I'm not going to broil them. I'm just going to use the temperature of 450. I think that looks pretty yummy. If you follow me, you know I don't normally like fake cheese that much. I try not to use it because it's really full of oil. Those Hasselback vegetables are just absolutely loaded with butter. In this case, I've taken all of the fat that gets added in. Okay, we'll be back after we fill all of our tomatoes. I've got the tray ready. All of the tomatoes are filled. We'll put them in the oven and be right back. I've plated the beautiful Hasselback tomatoes. One was the smaller one that has the cheese. The other one is regular. And what I did to plate it was I put it on a bed of rice that had some onion and parsley in it. Some snap peas on here. So they're not cooked, but it's nice sometimes to have something crunchy. I really enjoy the basil mixed with the tomatoes and the rice. Please give it a try.
Up next come the outtakes.
peeking from my shoulder. Yes, that's good. Are you filming? You should be. You might.
Getting hassled from the back.
You ready?
Yep.
Ready? Are you ready?
Okay,
Tell me when.
right now.
Go.
I am just
This
about
week on
finished.
It's Vegan.